Blackburn. And on the flip side, the Marquette Explorers, coached by Rob Migano, and the assistant coaches Sarah Ulrich and Jason Pipert. Captains for the Explorers, Nikki Wisnaski, Sarah Tassinari, Kelsey Hartrich, Cassie McFadden, and Kim Hofert. And the captains for the Tigers of Herscher are Ann Rockert, Caitlin Reynolds, Gabby Tobeck, Ray Hillenbrand, and Emily Rosenboom. The Tigers out of Kankakee County. Coming out of the Interstate 8 Conference, they shared that conference title this season with Moreno. Last year losing in the sectional semifinals, a 2-1 decision to Rochester. And for Marquette, coming out of the South Central Conference, coming out of that conference with a 18-5-1 record, playing a lot of non-conference matchups against schools from the St. Louis area across the border. And we have a nice chance here for the Tigers inside the box. And that quickly turned away here. And for the Explorers, going to rely heavily offensively on their 42-goal scorer. And we're going to get a whistle here, tripping on Hofert, it looks like. It's going to be a free kick. And Tobeck going down. Tobeck playing on a partially torn ACL, which she sustained early in the season in the 4th game against Bradley Bourbonnais, but has toughed it out wearing that knee brace, and she's here in the state championship. And Hofert loses control of the ball momentarily and being pressured now along the sideline by Tobeck, and she's quickly tripped up. And the faithful here for Marquette want to call the trip by Allison Lovell, and a shot on goal wide on the far post there. And now we're going to have a throw in. It's going to be Kim Hofert on the far side, tossing it in. Hofert, the junior, coming in with 3 goals and 3 assists in only 13 games this season, so she's put together a fine season and will be here next year for the Marquette Explorers. But they're worried about this one right here, and a possible offensive burst thwarted away. Nice defense there by Herscher. Olivia Volkman doing a nice job with controlling Hofert there. Hofert, the speedster yesterday, put in the 2nd goal for the Explorers in that semifinal matchup against St. Edward. And back come the Tigers so far, who have dominated the early going offensively. Not quite 5 minutes in here into the state championship, the 1A state title match, in a scoreless tie so far. And McFadden trying to play the ball, gets it over to Kim Hofert, Kim and Carolyn Hofert. And the defensive pairing for the Tigers doing a nice job of ball control. That ball quickly taken away by Carolyn Claywell. Claywell, another one of those strong midfielders for the Explorers. But Herscher doing a really nice job. Those defenders playing well up toward midfield, doing a nice job keeping the ball in the offensive zone. And those speedy forwards for the Explorers, Wisnaski and Hofert, so far not able to get any sustained offense in the early going here. And we have a toss in here. Lots of rain in the Naperville area earlier in the day. There was a 30-minute lightning delay in the consolation match. But right now we got mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of clear skies starting to peek through, but rain not threatening anymore here for the rest of the evening, and we should be good to go for the rest of the state championship matchup. And here with a quick burst through the box and a nice save there by Haley Hopkins, coming up to play the ball. She was staring at the attacker right in the face, despite having a defender there for the Explorers. And now Marquette trying to work the ball into the offensive zone. Hofert up on the top side along with Wisnaski. Wisnaski. And that ball being bounced around Kim Hofert. wearing 15. Then in number 7, it's Kelsey Hartrich. And back near the far side, here's Wisnaski trying to center the ball, and that's going to go near net. That almost rolls in, and off the deflection, it's going to roll in. Wisnaski, number 43, and it's a 1-0 game. Early on, it's only 6:26 into the first, and it's 1-0. Certainly not what Lauren Brewer wanted. That was a lofted ball. Not very hard hit at all, but just right off the hands of Lauren Brewer. And that's number 43 for Wisnaski. At the 6:26 mark of the first half. And we get back underway. Tobeck sends it in the offensive zone. Here's Claywell trying to make a play in the ball. There's 3 blue jerseys and 1 white. Marquette in the royal blue and white in the away jerseys, the home jerseys, the white tops with the yellow letters and black trim for the Tigers. And here's Hofer trying to use that speed. Hofer with the possible breakaway. She's got one on her hip, and she's trying to get it. And a nice play by her, Lauren Brewer. Doing a nice job of not letting 2 quick goals in the early going. Hofer using that speed. We saw it a lot yesterday in the semifinal. And not lacking any speed themselves. The Tigers trying to use that long lead pass, create some open space. And now the pace starting to settle back down. Herscher going to try to go back on the offensive again after a quick shot, the first shot on goal for Marquette, and it results in the first goal of the game. Not even 8 minutes into the contest, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Explorers. The Explorers hailing all the way from Alton, Illinois, 265 miles roughly, about 15 miles north of St. Louis. And despite the distance, a great crowd, a nice student section, and a lot of friends and family here for the Explorers. And Herscher, out of Herscher, Illinois, coming from Kankakee County. Not to be outdone, a nice crowd here tonight in Naperville. Very pleasant night. And here to take the corner kick is Tobeck. Tobeck with a nice job, a nice arc on that ball, and they're going to try to head it, and that ball kicked once up top, and they're going to try to take a reverse kick on it and not able to do anything. A nice setup there by the Tigers, unable to get the right bounces, and now Hofer trying to use that speed, tries to use the head and a little bit of a, if that were hockey, that'd be a nice hip check by Hofer to create some separation. And that ball is going to go out of bounds on Hofer, and for the throw-in right near midfield, the Tigers try to get it back. Nice throw by Lovell, but that's right back out of bounds by Reynolds, and to throw the ball back in. Hofert to Hofert, they both, and that's going to be thrown in one more time by Lovell, and they head it back. Reynolds trying to get it to their mid. She was looking for Taylor Devine. Now the ball starting to roll back in to the offensive zone, and that ball is going to be last touched, it appears, by Carolyn Hofert, and that ball headed by Tobeck. Now Kim Hofert tries to get it back in, tries to find Carolyn. Wisnaski also there, but 3 defenders covering him. And Claiborne and in center field, Explorers just trying to put together some nice passes, try to stretch out that defense for the Tigers. Tigers doing a nice job maintaining possession in the midfield area. Most of the ball game has been played in Explorer territory, and that ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay in possession of the Tigers, and they're going to throw it in on the far side near midfield. Herscher about 60 miles or so from Naperville, so not too far of a drive up to the Chicago suburban area. And that ball rolls in the box, rolls right in front of the goal crease. But a nice job there with the defense. Carolyn Claywell doing a nice job thwarting out the attacker. Now here's Carolyn Hofert doing a nice job, and she's got a breakaway. She's all by herself along the sideline. Now the defender comes up, does a nice job to break up the play. But very similar to yesterday's game, Hofert so far given the defensive pairing for the Tigers some early fits, with a lot of the attention going to be focused on Wisnaski, who just put her 43rd goal of the season in for the 1-0 lead. With all the attention focused on Wisnaski, that could potentially free up Hofert. But Coach Allen High is well aware of the two speedsters there for the Explorers, and Coach Allen High very confident that his defense are going to be able to keep these talented forwards in check, saying that he's played 40 goal scorers before and he's held them scoreless in games before, even though Wisnaski does have the 1 goal in the early going. That goal, the most surprised person to see it go in was Wisnaski. Not a very hard hit ball at all, and just careened off the hands of the goaltender, Lauren Brewer, who played a fantastic game yesterday in the semifinal matchup against St. Edwards. Again, that 2-0 victory yesterday. Marquette, a 3-0 victory over St. Edwards. Correct myself, Herscher, a 2-0 victory over Willows Academy, not St. Edward. Now the Explorers trying to put together an offensive push here at midfield. 5 attackers up near midfield, 5 defenders, 6 defenders. And they're going to be whistled. It's going to be a free kick here coming up for Marquette. And it's going to be McFadden, it appears, that's going to take the kick. The 3 defenders in a triangle formation. And 6 attackers up front for the Explorers, and that's quickly headed away by the Tigers. That defense so far for the Tigers, despite being down 1-0, has done a very nice job of Herscher doing a very nice job of keeping those attackers in check right now and not allowing too many balls to get past them, keeping the pressure on the defenders for the Explorers. And McFadden with a soft ground rolling ball that is quickly turned away by the Explorers, and ball kicked around once, twice, and here come the Tigers one more time, and that ball headed out quickly by Danielle Huber. And here comes Tobeck back in the middle, and she's looking down the far sideline, and she turns it over near midfield. And here comes Wisnaski. Wisnaski making one move, and she tries to center, and she's got the speed, so it's going to be a one-on-one breakaway. Here comes Hofer. She's got the step. She shoots, and it's denied by Lauren Brewer. A great breakaway by Hofer using that speed, but Lauren Brewer down on 2 knees, slides and makes the stop, and then able to control the rebound on it. Gets it back to midfield, but a fantastic stop early on to keep it at a 1-0 game. Certainly don't want to be down 2-0 here in the early going, and a nice job by the goalkeeper. Standing on her head that time to save the goal. And a whistle now. It's going to be a free kick here for Marquette. Herscher, definitely a more physical game of the 2 semifinals yesterday when they beat up on Willows Academy. And a lot of the credit for that physical play had to go to Caitlin Reynolds, doing a great job from her midfielder position, frustrating Willows Academy, who weren't able to get anything going offensively. Nothing was clicking for them yesterday. And after 2 quick goals for Herscher, Reynolds' play a big reason that Herscher was able to hold on to that 2-0 victory and advance to today's state championship matchup. And for the throw, and here comes McFadden one more time. McFadden finds Kelsey Hartridge near the side. McFadden now going to try to center it, and the header attempt by McFadden. And that goal off the top crossbar, 1 bounce, 2, and it is in. A 2-0 goal. And hold the phone. The goal is not going to count. They're calling offsides on the play. It was a great centering pass by McFadden. And offsides is the call, and crisis averted for Herscher as they were staring a 2-0 deficit, not even halfway through the first half. But offsides the call, and Herscher dodges a bullet. And so far, Marquette's opportunities in the offensive zone have been limited, but the chances they've had, they've been taking advantage and making them count. And so here comes Tigers back at it. Caitlin Reynolds sends it in, but that's quickly batted away by Claywell. Claywell doing a nice job, but it's back to Reynolds. Reynolds sends it along the near sideline, and that's out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Explorers. Sarah Tassinari gonna throw it in here. Gonna go right along the sideline. She finds Kim Hofert, and McFadden kicks it on. It's gonna go right past the sideline, and Tobeck with another throw in to her left. She's got level, but she goes right down the sideline, and that's gonna go over the head of a pair of Marquette defenders, but it's gonna go out. And it's going to be a throw, and it's not going to be a corner kick. It was on the right-hand side of the far post. Far flag for that. It's going to be a throw in here. One more time for Sarah Tassinari, wearing number 3, down in that far corner. Here in a 1-0 game, roughly halfway through the first half of this 1A state championship match, and a couple deflections there. And that ball's going to roll out of bounds again. That's going to go in favor of the Explorers. Tassinari one more time. Nope, she's going to tag up, and that's going to be thrown in. It appears to be Hofert thrown in. Check that. Cassie McFadden, 19, not 15. And now back up to the races. Here comes Hofert one more time along the sideline, trying to work that ball loose. And that goes out of bounds. Level unable to hold on to that ball, and it careens out of bounds, and it's going to stay in possession of the Explorers. And back comes McFadden up and down the field one more time, and she's going to take care of the throw-in. Near the box, deep in Tiger territory. Let's see if they're up to the challenge. Marquette doing a nice job taking advantage of the chances they have down near the goal. And she just throws it in. That's very shallow toss in. She was looking for Hartrich on the near side, and McFadden deflects the ball off of. And on the far side in the corner, it looked like there might have been a chance for an opportunity to center the ball, and they do. They're looking for Wisnaski. Wisnaski not able to do it. The defense bats the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in again. McFadden on her way over. I think McFadden's getting more time running on the field, chasing down these throw-ins than she is actually playing right now. All over the field. And 5 attackers in the box right now for the Explorers as McFadden throws it in. She's got 1 to her left. And nice toss in, and that ball quickly batted away by the Tiger defense. And that ball bounces out of bounds one more time, and McFadden back for the toss in, and right in front of her she's got Hartrich, and then to her right another 5 defenders in the box, and Wisnaski tries to get the one-timer to go. It will not go. A nice opportunity, a turn on the body, and she tried to get that right leg, tried to get over the head of Lauren Brewer, but Brewer again in great position to knock that ball down, and she corrals it, and another save, her 3rd of the game. We're at the halfway point now, about 20 minutes left to play here in the first half. It is a 1-0 decision. It was nearly a 2-0 game about 5 minutes ago when the goal bounced out the top crossbar, took a couple bounces and in the net, but offsides was whistled, and the goal was taken away from Marquette. So far, we'll have to see if Herscher's strategy going in to limit the opportunities and to finish at the net, and a collision near midfield. And back into the offensive zone. Wisniewski trying to beat the defense, but unable to do so. That ball's going to go out of bounds in possession of Marquette. And Wisniewski on the throw-in, not able to do anything with it. And a substitution here, McFadden. McFadden with the throw-in here. And she's looking down the sideline one more time. She's got Emily Repking, the midfielder, down the line, trying to find if that ball goes back out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw in here one more time. A nice throw by McFadden. Again, that ball heading attempt, but it falls harmlessly to the ground and out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here for Lauren Brewer. And here comes Brewer. Brewer with the goal kick, gets it roughly 40 yards out towards midfield, but it's going to be kept in here by McFadden. McFadden finds Kim Hofert. Kim Hofert trying to find some open space, gets it back to Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans goes upfield, but McFadden comes back in, and that's another breakaway. Here comes Wisniewski. She's got one defender in front of her, and she's going to try to get it. A great sliding save by Lauren Brewer, and it's out of bounds. But another breakaway opportunity is going to set up the corner kick. McFadden going to try it again. Remember yesterday, Lacey Evans, or Nikki Wisniewski scoring off the corner kick, and they're going to rule it a goal kick instead. They're going to say it went off of Wisniewski. But Lauren Brewer, another terrific save. Sliding in front of the attacking Wisniewski, and on the far post, able to save one more goal and keep her team in close contention. Early on for Herscher, Brewer easily the team MVP. And the Tigers on the far sideline throwing in. It's going to be corralled there by McFadden. And that ball is going to roll down near the far line, and it's just going to be kicked out of bounds, and Herscher's going to maintain possession. Going to be the throw in. Tigers coming in for the throw, and Tobeck on the far side going to take it for the Tigers. And 6 attackers near or in the box for Herscher. And she tries to go over the head. She's got Reynolds there near the line. Reynolds tries to get one centered in front of the net, but that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to set up a goal kick for the Explorers. And Danielle Huber taking the ball for the Explorers. Huber going to send that one near midfield. A nice kick. All the way out to almost a 60-yard kick, almost out to a 50-yard kick, rather. And for another breakaway, here comes Carolyn Hofer. Carolyn Hofer uses that left foot, stops, pivots, and now she's got the right blast one on net, and that's going to be another save. Brewer coming up big in the first period, for the first half. That speed really doing damage here. Hofer and Wisniewski. And Wisniewski, or Hofert here on another breakaway. See if she can use that left foot. She makes one move, she crosses it, but that's going to be kicked out of the defensive zone by Allison Lovell. And now here comes McFadden one more time trying to make something happen. That's going to be kicked around by Reynolds. Reynolds gets it out, and it's going to roll near the line and out of bounds. And almost a dangerous play. And Olivia Volkman on the sliding play. Looks like she twisted her ankle a little bit on the track. Gets right back up and doesn't appear to be hurt, but awfully awkward looking play. And that ball going to go out of bounds one more time. It appears that Carolyn Claywell Going to come in for the throw-in, number 27 in blue. See where she goes, and she's looking for Hofert. Carolyn Hofert tries to center it. She's got Wisnaski right in front of her. Now Wisnaski tries to get it deep, and she can not catch up that one. It's going to roll out of bounds and set up another goal kick here for Lauren Brewer. Inside 15 minutes here in the first half of the IHSA Class 1A State Championship. A 1-0 score right now in favor of the Marquette Explorers. That goal came at the 6:26 mark of the first half by Carolyn Wisnaski. Nikki Wisnaski. Off of a very softly hit ball from about 35 yards that went off of the hands of goalkeeper Lauren Brewer and into the back of the net. And now offensive zone turnover by the Explorers. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. Chasing the ball down. 15, Kim Hofert. And that's just going to go out of bounds. They're going to set up a goal kick. And to take the goal kick for the Explorers is going to be Danielle Huber one more time. Huber with a nice kick on the last goal kick. Got it almost near to the 50-yard line on what would be the football field here at Naperville Central High School. And Huber, not a strong kick, more of a line drive, but still does the job, gets it back out to midfield, and here come the Tigers. Tigers trying to go down the sideline, doing a nice job, and that's going to go right out of bounds. Volkman not able to do anything with it. It was straddling the sideline, and they're going to say it went off of the Explorers, but a substitution coming in. Volkman coming out. Now Reynolds is going to taking care of the throw-in. Reynolds looking closer to the midfield, and it's going to go near the box. 1, 2, 3 heads. Try to get it out, and not able to clear the ball with the Explorers. And now here comes McFadden taking the ball herself, and she's going to get up to midfield. Try to find a breakaway. Here comes Hofer one more time. She's got one to beat. Now the defense closes up. Nice job defensively by the Tigers again. And now 3 jerseys, and Tobeck goes down. Nice job coming up out of 3 blue jerseys, but she goes down, and here comes another possible breakaway. Wisnaski coming down the far sideline. Wisnaski tries to send one in net. She crosses it, it goes in. She beats Brewer on the near side, and it goes in on the near post. Goal number 2 of the game for Wisnaski, 44 on the season. And Wisnaski wreaking havoc for the Tigers. That goal coming at the 32:03 mark of the first half. Number 44 on the season for Nikki Wisnaski. And it's a 2-0 decision for the Explorers as they double their pleasure here in the late stages of the first half, and that speed just eating up the Herscher Tigers on the outside with Hofert and Wisnaski. And it's a 2-0 game. Under 12 minutes to play here in the first. Free kick coming up here. And McFadden with a nice boot, and coming out to play it is Brewer. And coming up here for the free kick, Tobeck got to take care of that herself. And Tobeck sending that one into Explorer territory, and that's quickly headed out by Kim Hofert. Kim Hofert trying to do it again. Kim Hofert been very active in the early going. Now that ball deflected by the Explorer defense. And it's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to go in favor of the Tigers here for the throw-in. That's Denault. And it's going to give way to Reynolds. And a substitution for the Tigers coming in. And a whistle blown here That's going to go in favor of the Explorers. It seemed early on here in the first half that it was going to be all Tigers. Their defense doing a nice job keeping Marquette in check, doing a nice job keeping the zone, keeping the ball in the offensive zone. But it seems like the tide turned around the 20-minute mark. Even after it was 1-0 from that first Wisniewski goal. And lately it's really been all Explorers taking advantage of that speed on the outside, getting around those defenders and getting shots on net. So far, not an official shot on goal here for Herscher. And the throw in here going to be taken care of. And we got a substitution coming in. Carolyn Claywell for that. Coming out and coming in for Claywell is 23 Alex June. And the Explorers send it in on the far side. And that ball bounced around a couple times. It's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. And Danielle Huber going to take care of it one more time. She's been very effective on the goal kick so far in the first half. Here in Naperville, Illinois, what's turned out to be a fantastic night for soccer. An ominous start here as rain threatened much of the consolation match earlier today. And we had a 30-minute lightning and thunder delay. But the skies cleared up to allow us to get this one in, and we're enjoying this 1A state championship match, which right now is a 2-0 game in favor of the Marquette Explorers. Marquette was here back in 2009, the first year that they actually played the 1A championship after they went from single A to double A from 2008 to 2009 and lost to Manteno. Manteno actually in Herscher's conference, and they share this Interstate 8 conference title this season with the Tigers. And a possible shot on net off the corner kick here for the Tigers, but unable to get anything on net. But Marquette losing that championship 1-0 in penalty kicks. They outshot Manteno 14-1 in regulation, and yet couldn't find a goal. Just give them a regulation victory and ended up costing them in penalty kicks, going all 4 overtimes. They wouldn't be able to settle it then. And so Marquette desperately wants to get that first state championship for their school in boys or girls soccer. The only state championship for Marquette High School coming back in the 80s in baseball. On the flip side, Herscher also has never won a state championship. They've been in the state tournament before, but never won the state title. Trying to get that first title there for the Herscher Tigers. And Hofert, a near missed opportunity off of what was an awkward bounce off one of the Tiger defenders. Hofert just ran right by the ball. It could have been an easy breakaway, but instead it goes back in to Tiger hands, and now they're back on the attack. Reynolds with the header right there over McFadden. And little hesitation cost the Tigers right there. It's going to go right back. And here comes Hofer one more time. Not going to be able to do anything with that one. It's going to fall just out of reach. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds. It's going to go off of the Tigers. And so the Explorer's going to throw it in. We'll see who takes care of that, if it's going to be McFadden one more time, and it appears so. McFadden on the near side has been very effective on these throw-ins so far in this contest. And a nice throw in one more time, and Tobeck just kicks it right out, and that's going to set up a corner kick. And McFadden not taking care of the corner kick this time. She has been doing most of those for the Explorers, and we'll see who's going to take care of it. Wisniewski. Wisniewski, a nice kick, and let's see if the header goes in. It goes off of one of the Tiger defenders, and it's still at the top of the box right now. Herscher chasing it down, and they clear it. On the far side, Herscher trying to advance the ball back into the offensive territory of the Explorers. Doing a nice job, but 3, 4, 5 blue jerseys take over from there, and it's going to be taken away by Tassinari. Tassinari gets it upfield, looking for Hofert. Hofert turned away there. Tobeck sends it deep. Tobeck trying to find her own forward. Devine unable to do anything with that one. And Hopkins scoops it up. She's going to send it back. A high kick out to midfield. A good kick here for Hopkins. Going to be headed by the Tiger mid. And back come the Explorers. Hofert with the head, trying to get it over top. And June unable to make a play on the ball. And in Explorer territory, ball bouncing around a few times. Kim Hofert unable to do anything with it. Neither was Lacey Evans. But here come the Tigers. The shot on goal wide on the near side post. And that's going to send Danielle Huber back for the goal kick. Doing a nice job with this duty. And some substitutions here. Huber and Reynolds going out of the game. Reynolds, a solid midfielder for Herscher. Very disruptive in yesterday's semifinal matchup. And that ball was tried to be kept into the offensive zone, but unable to do anything. And off the deflection, we'll see if Wisniewski or Hofer can run it down. They cannot, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Tigers maintain possession for the throw-in on the far side. And Tobeck tries to head it in, but McFadden takes it right back. McFadden tries to center it. She's looking for Wisniewski. Wisniewski heads it the way of Carolyn Hofert. Hofert can't do anything, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Explorers as it's off of the defender. Looked like that was Rockert. And near the corner on the near sideline to our left. And Cassie McFadden throws it in one more time. That's headed once, twice. And it's going to set up another goal kick. And Brewer looks like she's going to take it herself. We're nearing the end of the first half. A 2-0 game right now, still in favor of Marquette. And that ball sent toward midfield, almost kept in by the Explorers, and it is kept in by the Explorers. And Wisniewski sends it up the field. She's looking for Hannah Pellegrino. Pellegrino can't run it down, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going back to the Tigers. Tigers on that far side, just trying to keep it in play, but it's going to roll out of bounds this time in favor of the Explorers. And looking for Wisniewski, trying to get the header, unable to do anything with it was Wisniewski, and it goes back toward midfield, and the Tigers come back on the offensive. Try to go back into the zone, but that's quickly picked off by Huber. Huber did a nice job on the defensive end, playing that middle defensive position. And back out of bounds. It's going to roll for the Explorers. Marquette throwing it back in and going backwards. Haven't done that very often today. Looking for Hartridge and not Wisniewski. Now Wisniewski trying to center the ball, looking for Hofert one more time. Hofer can't do anything. That ball denied by the defense again. Allison Lovell doing a nice job for Herscher in that middle defensive spot also. And McFadden tries to get it in. She tries to get it to Hofer, but that's turned away. And back come the Tigers. The Tigers with a outmanned here, and that centering pass, that long lead pass denied. And it looked like Huber got a piece of that one, sent it back outside the box, and that's going to roll out of bounds. Set up a goal kick again. And we're inside 1 minute to play here in the first half of your 2011 1A state title matchup. First half has been all Marquette Explorers. It's a 2-0 advantage, and they're taking their time here on this goal kick, trying to tick off these last seconds on the clock in the first half and just get into halftime with that 2-0 lead. So far, Marquette has not been scored upon here in the state tournament. Testament to that defense and goalkeeping with Haley Hopkins. Hopkins with only allowing 24 goals on the season, and that's going to do it here for the first half as Marquette gets a standing ovation from their home crowd. Herscher going to try to regroup and find a new plan of attack here for the second half as they try to climb the mountain. A 2-0 deficit. Give the Explorers a go-ahead goal up to this point, and then at the 32:03 mark of the first, was able to make a nice shot from the wing and was able to cross it in for goal number 2. Now here comes back on the attack, and tripped up on the play was Carolyn Hofer, but trying to center the ball herself and try to take it into the crease and not able to do anything with it. And back on the attack, here comes the counter for Herscher. Herscher trying to track that ball down, going all the way in the corner, and Hubert with a little bit of a push off there, but they're going to say that it was out of bounds on Marquette, so it's going to set up a corner kick, and here comes Tamaka Gabby Tobeck for the corner kick. Again, Tobeck playing with that partially torn ACL for the better part of the season. She suffered back in game number 4 against Bradley Bourbonnais. And a nice centering kick there, and they're going for the header. And that ball, a diving save by Haley Hopkins. The header, a nice looking shot on net, but a diving Haley Hopkins saves the goal for the Marquette Explorers. And those are the kind of things that Herscher is going to have to do if they plan on getting back into this one. Tobeck off her foot, and now here comes the speedster Hofert. Hofert with a nice crossover. Nice pass here. She's looking for Wisnaski. Wisnaski tangled up a little bit by the defense. She's going to have to try to center this ball. She gets a little bit under it, and here comes the header, and it's in! What a pass by Wisnaski, and headed in by Carolyn Claywell. Boy, you cannot draw it up any better than that. And it's 3-0 early in the second half. And as we get back in action, Carolyn Claywell makes it 3-0, her 10th goal of the season. And just like that, and 2 goals and assist here for Wisnaski. An absolutely gorgeous centering pass. Had plenty of height on it. And almost hard to say, but Lauren Brewer didn't even have a chance. A perfectly executed header from Carolyn Claywell. And back in the action, Tobeck hits the deck. And trying to gain possession are the Tigers in the offensive zone, but coming away with it are the Explorers. Trying to find Hofer. That ball's going to sail out of bounds. Hofer now with the chance a little bit too far in front of her from the Kelsey Hartrich pass. And back come the Tigers. 1, 2 headers to send it back in. And that's going to go out of bounds off of Allison Lovell. And on the inbounds pass, Lacey Evans. Evans gets it over to McFadden, who sends it a little bit too far in front of Hofert and Wisnaski, and it's going to go into the hands of Lauren Brewer. Brewer to play the ball back out to midfield, past midfield, 10 yards past midfield, and McFadden trying to make something happen there. Just a little bit too far out of reach, and here comes Hofert. Hofert splits the defense, trying to use that speed one more time. Here comes Hofert. She's got the defense split, and she's not able to beat both defenders. She was tied up a little bit. And we're going to get a throw in after that ball was kicked out of bounds by Ann Rockert. And they're going to call a penalty here. That contact from Hofert, and they're going to get a penalty kick right at the top of the box. 4 blockers in front here for the Tigers. They're going to back up a little bit. McFadden here on the kick. She's going to get a little bit of arc on it, possibly. And she just tries to send it back on goal, and it goes in. Over top Brewer, and just like that, it's 4-0 off the free kick from Cassie McFadden. Cassie McFadden, number 13, lucky number 13 on the season. It's 4-0, 4 minutes and 25 seconds into the second half. And we're back to play here, and it's a daunting task here. If Herscher's going to get back into it, they are absolutely stunned here on their half of the bleachers. It's 4-0. A beautiful free kick over top. All the defenders and Lauren Brewer couldn't quite get up top. And right in the middle of the goal, Brewer looking at her and her goal. It's got to be a little bit dejected at this point. But that offensive firepower for Marquette so far has been just a little bit too much. And Tobeck down the near side tries to find Lovell. And Tobeck here with the throw-in. And back out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here for the Explorers. And Huber, one more time, going to take care of this. Huber getting set up here on the goal kick, trying to get it back out to center. And those 2 forwards, Wisniewski and Huber right there. And Kim Hofer trying to find Carolyn Hofer. Carolyn Hofer on a breakaway here. Loses control just a little bit. And that little bit able to help the Tiger defense. And now here comes Wisniewski, but unable to connect with Carolyn Hofer as that sails out of bounds. And they're going to award the corner kick to the Explorers. They're going to say that it went out of bounds off of one of the Herscher Tiger defenders. And McFadden on the corner kick. McFadden's got 1 goal in the game already. Our last goal that made it 4-0, her 13th on the year. Here's the kick, got some nice arc on it. And a nice kick by Wisniewski, a good one-timer, but that's cradled by Brewer. Brewer in the perfect position on that kick. And Brewer plays it out, gets it out to center field. But another shot on goal. And way outside on the far, Carolyn Claywell out of bounds. So it goes to the Tigers. And Reynolds, one-on-one, beats the defender. Now she's trapped by 3. And a little bit of contact, no whistle on the play. Going down was Kim Hofert. Reynolds doing a nice job. And here come the Tigers, and that's going to sail well out of bounds.
2 late goals in the second half. Marquette's 3-0 to win.
2 early goals here in the second half have really changed the complete complexion of this contest. 4-0 in favor of Marquette with over 30 minutes left to play. And whistle being shown here. It's going to be a free kick here. Tobeck going to take it herself. Tobeck with 2 defenders, 1 to her left, 1 to her right. Going to send this one inside the zone, deep at the top of the box. Unable to get ahead on that one was Cassie McFadden. Marquette unable to clear the zone. And now here comes the Tigers. Tigers trying to find some offense, unable to do so. Nice job here. And now Wisniewski with a great pass and a huge breakaway. Here comes Hofert. Hofert trying to get that breakaway, but some nice speed by Allison Lovell. With a fantastic job. We know that Hofert's got some speed, trying to corral that ball, trying to keep it in possession, allow the Tiger defense to close in, and it is a corner kick, and they're gonna say it's a goal. A lot of confusion in front of the net. A centering pass, and we're gonna have to find out who had that goal. A lot of confusion in front of the net. The ball bouncing around several times, and it got past Brewer, and it's 5-0. And they are in fact going to give that the hat trick goal to Wisniewski from Cassie McFadden. It took a funny bounce in front of the net, and Lauren Brewer tried to make a play on it, but just could not keep it in possession, and it goes into the goal. A funny looking goal, but it counts nonetheless, and it's 5-0 in favor of Marquette. Goal number 3 in the game, 46 on the season. And off the free kick, it's turned back over. McFadden playing the ball. And you got to wonder, with 30 minutes left to play, if there's going to be a lot more substituting here. With a 5-goal lead in the second half. All 3 goals in the second half within a 10-minute span. And clearly not needing any more goals. You've got to wonder if a lot of the underclassmen are going to get an opportunity here to get in the state championship game. It'd be a great learning experience for a younger athlete to play in the biggest game of the season. And it's 5-0 Marquette. But back come the Tigers, trying to get it inside the box, just a little bit out on the wing here. And that ball comes back out. Tobeck trying to make something happen. Tobeck a shot on goal, and it's quickly gathered in by Haley Hopkins. Second shot on goal for the Tigers here in the second half. Ball had a little bit of a zip on it, but a line drive and a clear lane for Haley Hopkins to get a good jump on that ball, and played back out toward midfield. Reynolds trying to get inside, and here comes another shot on goal, and that one's just going to go wide of the net on the near side post. Nice job there by Bree Ferris. And this is what the Tigers are going to have to do anytime they get near that offensive zone. They just got to send them on net. Hopefully get a lucky bounce. A rebound might bounce their way, and somebody else can get a deflection and get it in. And that goal kick off the foot of Tobeck. But back come those Tiger defenders, and they're going to just kick it out of bounds. Try to slow down that fast break offense here for the Explorers. 3 attackers up for Marquette right now. Holfert coming out of the game, a substitution. Carolyn Holfert exiting the game, coming in for her, number 24, Georgia Horn. And off the throw-in, that ball coming back out to midfield. Hartridge trying to make a play in the ball, and it goes back, and Marquette tries to send it further into the zone. Tiger defensive pairings are right there, and that's just going to go back out of bounds, so it's going to be another throw-in for Marquette. And here comes McFadden. She's going to take care of this throw-in one more time. McFadden with a nice arm on her. She's gotten a lot of good distance on a lot of her throw-ins. Inside 30 minutes to play, it's 5-0 in favor of Marquette here in this championship tilt. And that ball headed out of bounds, and that's going to set up a corner kick. And Wisnaski going to set up on that far corner. Wisnaski setting up, forward in the box, and they're just going to get it at the top of the corner. And McFadden going to send a soft roller on net. And Lauren Brewer there for the save. Brewer gets it back up to midfield. 2 blue jerseys around it. McFadden out there. Also playing the ball is Abby Freeman for the Explorers. And 2 players go down. That ball's and again, turned away in the offensive zone are the Tigers. That defense for Marquette doing a fantastic job, much like Marquette, much like Herscher, I should say, was doing in the early going to this game, limiting the opportunities. Now the table's been turned, and it's been all Marquette since about the 30-minute mark of the first half. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be Tiger ball. And Ann Rockert going to throw it in. She's got Tobeck to her left near the sidelines. We got another substitution coming in here for the Tigers. Coach Allen High making a couple subs. And the student section definitely getting into it for Marquette. And that ball, a missed header by Reynolds. Reynolds kicks it back out of bounds. It's going to stay in possession now of the Eagles for the throw-in, Emily Repking. Repking going to toss in. She's going to go right down the sideline. She's looking for Georgia Horn. Horn not home, though. Trying to make another play. Now Wisnaski. Can't do anything with that one either. And back in Explorer territory, Lacey Evans gets it to Huber, and Huber out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in here. And it looks like Tobeck going to take it again for the Tigers. And Tobeck just goes toward midfield. She finds Reynolds. Reynolds back to Tobeck. Tobeck going to try to find Reynolds one more time. Reynolds unable to control that ball, and it gets away from her. And Reynolds trying to make a sliding play there. And nothing there. And here comes a quick shot, and that's just going to go right over the bar. A nice opportunity there for the Tigers. One of the better looks they've had. Just a little too much mustard on the back of that one. And it sails over the top crossbar. And it's still 5-0 in favor of the Explorers here on the goal kick. Huber puts it in play. She finds Kim Hofert. Check that. Finds McFadden. And here comes Caroline Claywell trying to play toward midfield. And Tigers are going to get it back into the zone. Now here come those forwards. Here's Reynolds one more time. But beaten by the defense. Trying to make one move too many. And the Explorers turned away one more time. Hofert trying to make a... That was Emily Repking, unable to do anything with that. And the Explorers toning it down a little bit offensively, not being quite as aggressive as they were early in the second half. With a 3-goal burst all within a 10-minute span. After the third goal by Nikki Wisnaski. And the Tigers, that kicks out of bounds. Let's see who takes care of the throw in. It looks like it might be Bree Ferris. And more substitutions. Leaving the game is Lacey Evans coming in. And coming in Kateri Vaughn coming in here for Marquette, and she's going to take care of the throw-in. And Vaughn, the soft throw. Several players in front there, and Georgia Horn, the last to touch it, but a whistle called here. And it's going to be a free kick. Looks like McFadden's going to take care of this one for Marquette. 3 defenders behind her. She's going to have 2 her left. Will be Kelsey Hartrich. And McFadden tries to center that, and she's looking for the 3-goal scorer, Wisniewski, but that's just a little bit out of reach. And Brewer doing a nice job coming out of the goal box and taking care of that one herself as she sends it back and play toward midfield. And McFadden just lets it go right by her, lets her defense take care of that one, but the Tigers take control back. And at the top of the box here, Marquette doing a nice job. Coming up to play the ball now is Hartrich. Hartrich down the sideline trying to find somebody open near the side. And she's going to go back and playing back and forth right now. Tigers unable to make a play. Whiffed a little bit on that one, and here comes Marquette back on the offensive. 4 attackers coming up. It's a 5-on-3. 2 to her left. And Horn on the breakaway. Horn trying to send one on net. Horn unable to do anything. The defense collapsing and doing a nice job, and that ball's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say Herscher ball. It's going to be a goal kick, not a corner kick for the Tigers. But Georgia Horn showing speed of her own, doing a nice job with the defense. We've seen it a few times tonight, has been able to close the gap quickly. Georgia Horn maybe 1 too many steps. Maybe should have sent one on net just a little bit earlier. Now Brewer tries to put it back in play. Wisniewski tries to send it back. Nobody home, so Brewer comes back out to play it.
20-30 remaining.
Brewer, a nice kick, gets it past midfield. She's looking for some more attackers. McFadden doing a nice job corralling that ball, getting it back out to midfield. Tigers trying to go back on the offensive, but that's deflected one more time. Back comes Marquette. Marquette with a nice play, and Hofer back in the game, but not able to make a play on that one. And it's going out of bounds. McFadden gonna take care of this one more time. McFadden again, nice arm on her. And inside 20 minutes to play here in the 1A state championship match between Herscher and Marquette. Marquette holding a 5-0 lead. It was 2-0 at halftime, and 3 quick goals to open the second half have broke this game wide open. And back comes Marquette, trying to get a centering pass. Here comes a sliding Brewer. 2 attackers in position to maybe make one time. But Brewer, a sliding save, and she's going to get it back out, and Reynolds trying to come back out. Reynolds on the wing on the left, going to try to center it one more time, but that's intercepted. And it's kicked out of bounds, and Reynolds is going to take it herself, and she's going to throw it in. Let's see where she looks. She's got an attacker to her left, and she goes more center, tries to get it back into the box. Looking for Emily Rosenblum, but unable to connect there. Reynolds one more time. Reynolds loses possession of the ball, and back comes, that's Carolyn Hofer on the near side trying to do something. A nice stop there in a possible attacking position right now. Here comes Carolyn Hofer, and a whistle is blown, and that's going to go against Marquette. It's going to be a free kick for the Tigers. Tigers again on that near side. Here's Gabby Tobeck. Gabby Tobeck over to Carolyn Hofer, and they're going to say that is Tiger ball one more time. Hobart looking. And one more time, can't find Repkin. And back come Marquette. And a stoppage in play right now. Looks like we're going to get a substitution. Carolyn Claywell exiting the game, as is Emily Repking. Coming to the game right now, number 4, Hannah Pellegrino. And up on the top side of your screen, it appears to be Alex June, wearing 23 in blue. And here's the throw in. Goes off of Kim Hofert. Now played here by Pellegrino. Pellegrino with a nice centering pass. She was looking for Wisnaski, but Wisnaski not able to do anything with that one, just a little bit too far in front. Now back come Cassie McFadden up near the line. She just tries to send it in, and a possible breakaway here. Let's see who can get to the ball first. It appears it's not going to be Wisnaski, and Lauren Brewer comes out of the box to play that one. Back up to Gabby Tobeck. Tobeck tries to get it back in the zone, and it's just going to sail way out in front, out of bounds near center field. And it's going to be Marquette ball with 16 minutes to play here in the second half. And back comes the Tigers. That's going to go back Herscher ball. And Bree Ferris not going to take it herself. Instead, it's going to go to Hannah DeYoung. DeYoung goes back. She's trying to find Tobeck. Gabby Tobeck tries to center it. Nobody home. And here comes Cassie McFadden. McFadden takes it back out. Back up to midfield all by herself. See if she can pass it. She's got Wisnaski all by herself in the center. She's slides to save the ball, but it still goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Tigers. And the throw back in. 2 Tiger attackers, followed by 2 Explorer defenders. And that ball is going to roll back down to midfield, and it's taken by Wisnaski. Wisnaski trying to make one move, trying to break that defense, and she gets it over to McFadden. McFadden with a nice touch and go back to Wisnaski, but nothing doing there. That play taken now by Hannah Veloff. Veloff gets it to the right side, and she's looking for Pellegrino. Pellegrino trying to do something with it. Can't do it, but that ball is kicked out of bounds by Hannah DeYoung. And so it's going to go back to Marquette, and it's going to be inbounded by Kateri Vaughn. Kateri Vaughn is intercepted there by Reynolds. Reynolds sends it deep and hoping for a breakaway here. Here come the Tigers, but coming out to play the ball, saving on the dive was Haley Hopkins. If Hopkins doesn't make that play, that's going to be a wide open net, and that would be a golden opportunity to break the shutout. Inside 15 minutes to play here in the 1A state title match. A 5-0 lead for the Marquette Explorers, who broke this one wide open early in the second. Tigers have had no lack of effort in the second half, doing everything they can, try to get more shots on net. And now Wisnaski off of the rebound. She's got the ball. Let's see if she can use that right foot to get it in. Unable to do so. That's going to go back to center. But back come Danielle Huber. Huber with a nice job, but that sails out of bounds, and that's going to go back to the Tigers. Coming in for the touch. Here's Hannah DeYoung. And right down the side, she's got Reynolds. Reynolds whiffs on it a little bit, a little contact there between Pellegrino and Reynolds. And again, coming out to save it. Whoa, a nice grab there by Hopkins. Similar to the play she made just a couple minutes ago, sliding in. Again, if she doesn't make that play, that's a wide open net. But nice hands there by Haley Hopkins, and she plays it back to center, and Reynolds hits the deck. And there's going to be a whistle call. It's going to be a free kick in favor of the Tigers. One more time, Gabby Tobeck going to take care of the free kick duties here for Herscher. And with 6 attackers in front, 3 defenders to the back, Tobeck sends this one on net. Nice shot there, and then it's going to go wide of the goal and out of bounds to the near side post. Missed it by roughly 5 feet or so. And it's going to be a goal kick here for the Marquette Explorers. Huber And Coach Magano making more substitutions, exiting the game, Wisnaski, and she gets a standing ovation from the hometown crowd. A nice contingent of fans here from Alton, Illinois, the 265-mile journey from southern Illinois all the way up to the Chicago suburbs. And here's a breakaway opportunity. Here's the speedy Hofert, and that's going to go out of bounds on the near side corner to our right here. It's a 5-0 game right now with 12 minutes to play in the second half of the 1A state championship match. The Marquette Explorers looking for state title #1. They were runners-up in 2009 to Mantino in a 1-0 decision in penalty kicks. Here comes a shot that's not quite on goal, but out to play it anyway is Lauren Brewer. It would have been a goal kick regardless. And she's going to take this one, send it back to midfield. And back come the Explorers, taking control of this one here is Cassidy McFadden. She's been fantastic this afternoon. A goal of herself and an assist. That unassisted goal off the free kick. And a whistle called here. They're going to say free kick in favor of the Tigers. And if this score holds up, this will be the widest margin of victory in girls state championship history. A 4-goal differential between Fremd High School and Wabansie Valley. A 4-0 win for Wabansie back in 2007 in the AA state championship match. Last season in 2A, Lamont beat Wheaton Academy 3-0. And this will tie the state record for the second highest scoring state final in history. St. Viator in 2002 in single A won 5-1 over University High School out of Normal. And then a 6-3 decision from Neuqua Valley over New Trier in AA back in 05. And back toward midfield. Kicked out of bounds. That looked like it had been out off of Alex June. It's going to stay within the Tiger possession. Tiger's going to throw it in off of the far sideline near midfield. Gets it back in. And here come the Tigers trying to do something with it. That ball a little too far out in front. And Marquette's defense is going to be right there, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. Let's see who takes it for Herscher. Well, now they're ruling a goal kick. Flagman initially. And Huber one more time. A line drive, not very much air under that one. Gets it about 30, 35 yards or so before that's going to be whistled dead. It's going to be another free kick for Gabby Tobeck. Tobeck on the far side, about 30 to 35 yards from the goal. And you see Haley Hopkins getting ready. She's looking at 6-7 attackers in front of the net. And that's going to be headed in. That's going to be headed just over top of the crossbar. A good-looking play from Hershey. Well set up, well executed, just a little bit off the mark. And it's going to save the goal one more time. That's the third quality opportunity in the second half for Herscher, but unable to find the back of the net here in this contest. And give credit to Marquette's defense. So far in the state tournament, they have yet to relinquish a goal. And that ball a little bit too far, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in. And the goal kick here for Brewer. Marquette wanted a corner kick, but they were not awarded the kick. Kim Hofer that time bats it down, but it's going to go right back into possession of Herscher. Reynolds looking for Hannah DeYoung, but that just sails a little bit too far out in front, and it's going to go back to Marquette and Hannah Pellegrino. Now back come the Tigers. Tigers with a possible breakaway, showing that speed, and the kick off the target, off the far side post, just sails about 5 feet wide, with a burst of speed there for Herscher. Story of the game so far for Herscher, just unable to capitalize on golden opportunities. 3 chances here in the second half as Marquette makes more substitutions. And Haley Hopkins coming out of the game as the goalie, and in comes Abby Porter. Another standing ovation for the Marquette faithful. Haley Hopkins playing a dynamite game, a shutout to this point with 6.5 minutes left in the contest. And that ball out, and Tassinari also was subbed out. And back on the far sideline, action resumes after the substitutions. Herscher trying to attack one more time, and here comes a shot on goal, and that's going to be corralled in. The rebound gets away from Abby Porter, but she's able to scoop it back up, and Porter going to play it herself. Porter a high kick, not a lot of distance on it, but it gets back out toward midfield, and here comes Marquette trying to do something with it. Hofer trying to beat 2 defenders, unable to do so. In her way was Caitlin Reynolds. Reynolds doing a nice job. But on the attack, and a sliding Cassie McFadden, and she's going to be whistled for the infraction. And it's a free kick here for Tobeck one more time. Tobeck gets it past midfield. And Reynolds tried to make a play on it with the header. Can't do it. But the Tigers back on the attack. They had a 4-on-3 advantage, and that ball gets away one more time. Porter having a little bit of difficulty with the rebounds, but again able to scoop that one up. And it's still 5-0, under 5 minutes to play here in the championship matchup for Class 1A. And the throw in back, and here comes Hofer one more time. That ball just gets a little bit too far behind her, and back comes a possible shot. That was Kateri Vaughn streaking in, but unable to get a shot off.
What's the call? Is it to say foul, or is it to say what it is?
And it's going to be a throw in here, and we'll see who takes it. It's going to be a free kick. No. It's going to be a throw in here. A little confusion as who was going to take it. It's going to be McFadden. McFadden taking care of the duties most of the night. McFadden with a nice throw again, and they try to get the header, unable to do so. It's kicked out of the box and trying to keep it in. Kelsey Hartridge not able to do anything, and Carolyn Hofert going down, and they're calling the free kick in favor of the Tigers once more. Tobeck sends it deep. Reynolds trying to make a play in the ball. Reynolds unable to do so. And back comes the midfielders here for the Explorers. The Explorers trying to play it on the far side, just straddling that line one more time, back and forth, and does not sail out of bounds. It's still in play. And it finally goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to Herscher. Herscher going to inbound the ball. As Herscher making substitutions, coming in as Harms. And Ronstadt substituting. And on the far side, Herscher tries to inbound it, but is quickly taken by Wisnaski. Wisnaski back in the game. Marquette here on the cusp of state championship #1 in school history. No boys or girls team has won a state title in soccer in Marquette High School's history. And these girls are about to make that history come true in 2 minutes and 20-some seconds here. And you got to imagine that the nerves are about stretch as far as they can. The butterflies in the stomach, they got to be on edge right now. Leading 5-0 with roughly 2.5 minutes here to play. And coming back for the throw-in. Only 2 seniors on this squad for the Marquette Explorers, Sarah Tassinari and Nikki Wisnaski. Wisnaski with her 45th goal of the season. Earlier today, she has the hat trick. Wisnaski with the 1st, 2nd, and 5th goal of the contest. And if they gave an MVP award, Wisnaski would certainly get the award, even though many players are deserving of it. Cassie McFadden having a dynamite game. Hofert, another strong performance, frustrating that defense all afternoon long. The defense pairing for Marquette just stifling all game long. Haley Hopkins doing a fantastic job in net. And inside a minute to play, the countdown is on. And you can see across the field that the Marquette Explorers are standing up, starting to jump up and down. It's almost time for a state championship to come to Southern Illinois. And off the free kick by Gabby Tobeck right there, that goes off. And out of bounds is going to set up a goal kick as the Marquette faithful on their feet. Under 30 to play. And that ball played back out to midfield. 15 seconds to play here in the 2011 IHSA Class 1A State Championship matchup. And the countdown is on. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's going to do it. The celebration is on in Alton, Illinois. The Marquette Explorers have won their first ever state championship in ladies soccer. They celebrate on the field. For the Lady Explorers, absolute jubilation and disappointment on the sideline for the Herscher Tigers, but a runner-up finish, absolutely nothing to frown about. Give it some time and they will absolutely hold their heads high, and they're going to cherish what they did this season. A fantastic job coming out of the Interstate 8 Conference. But the night belongs to the Marquette Explorers, led by head coach Rob Magano, assistant coaches Jason Piepert and Sarah Aldrich, and those captains for the Explorers, Nikki Wisnaski, Sarah Tassinari, Kelsey Hartridge, Cassie McFadden, and Kim Hofert. And as they get set in center field for the handshakes. And so the first ever state championship for Marquette High School, and a record-setting state championship as they set the record for the largest margin of victory in girls soccer history, a 5-goal difference. And they come over here to salute the fans, to the Marquette faithful, giving them the standing ovation. An extremely strong contingent of fans from the St. Louis area making the trek all the way up to Naperville. Like we said, roughly 265-mile journey. Doing the math, it's 2.3 times longer journey Marquette had to make than all 3 schools combined that had to make the trip to the finals. And as we get ready to bringing you the awards presentation. Get the trophies handed out to the top 2 teams in Class 1A for the 2011 season. We're going to bring it right here for you on the IHSA TV network for IHSA.org. We're going to take a brief pause, come back with the trophy presentation, and close it out for the 2011 girls soccer season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield for the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the 2011 Girls Class 1A Soccer State Presenting the documents and trophies are T.B. Baker Watson, Assistant Athletic Director from North Central College, Yanni Kapanen, Women's Soccer Coach from North Central College, and Beth Sauser of the IHSA Administrator responsible for girls soccer. At this time, please meet the Tigers of Herscher High School, who finished the 2011 season in second place with a final record of 19 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. First of all, let's meet the principal, Lon Olafson. Dean, Assistant Principal, Brett Miller. Athletic Director, John Wakey. Athletic Trainer, Cody Kalman. Head Coach, Alan High. Assistant Coach, Jen Janis. Assistant Coach, Alex Rodriguez. Assistant Coach, Dave Blackburn. Manager, Kate Papanow. Manager, Carolyn Walsh. Let's meet the players. Goalkeeper, Lauren Brewer. Goalkeeper, Morgan Thomas. And number 2, Keely Fremont. Number 3, Olivia Volkman. Number 4, Kelly Brandt. Number 5, Kaylee Harms. Number 6, Taylor Devine. Number 9, Taylor Harris. Number 10, Bree Ferris. Number 14, Carolyn Chambers. Number 15, Sydney Ronstadt. Number 17, Ann Rockert. Number 18, Abigail Hertz. Number 21, Allison Lovell. Number 22, Adri Denow. Number 23, Molly Hertz. Number 24, Emily Rosenboom. Number 25, Ray Hillenbrand. Number 26, Michaela Daly. Number 27, Gabby Topak. Number 28, Keely Fremont. Number 29, Hannah DeYoung. And number 30, Caitlin Reynolds. At this time, please meet the Explorers of Marquette High School. They finished the 2011 season in first place with a final record of 19 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. First of all, let's meet the principal, Michael Slaughter. Athletic director, Jerry Montag. Head coach, Rob Mojano. Assistant coach, Jason Pieper. Assistant coach, Sarah Ulrich. And let's meet the players. Number 0, Abby Porter. Number 1, Haley Hopkins. Number 2, Hannah Walters. Number 3, Sarah Tazaneri. Number 4, Hannah Pellegrino. Number 7, Kelsey Hartrick. Number 8, Emily Repke. Number 9, Nikki Zanowski. Number 10, Abby Freeman. Number 11, Carolyn Holford. Number 12, Lauren Cheney. Number 14, Danielle Huber. Number 15, Kim Holford. Number 16, Lacey Evans. Number 17, Anna Veloff. Number 18, Terry Vaughn. Number 19, Cassie McFadden. Number 23, Alec Young. Number 24, Georgia Horn. Number 27, Carolyn Claywell. And number 29, Madeline King. And at this time, will Coach High and the captains from Herscher High School please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Coach and captains and the entire team and community, congratulations. Second place in the entire state of Illinois. Number 1A. And now, will Coach Pignot and the captains from Marquette High School please step forward to receive the first place trophy. There's your champion, Division 1A, State of Illinois. Moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, and all the girls and the community. Congratulations.
And there you have it, your 2011 Illinois High School Association Class 1A state champion for girls soccer here in the state of Illinois. Marquette High School's first ever state championship in girls soccer. 3 goals added in by Nikki Wisnaski, a goal by number 19 for Marquette. That was Cassie McFadden. One of the nicest penalty kick goals, or free kick goals rather, that you'll ever see. And then goal number 3 to Carolyn Claywell off the header, off a perfectly assisted corner kick from Wisnaski. So that's going to do it for us in Naperville, Illinois. We're going to be back next year for the 2012 state championships. And for the Illinois High School Association TV on IHSA.org, I am Mike Carbrick for everybody here at Naperville. We're going to sign off and wish the best of luck to everybody next season. Again, congratulations to the Marquette Explorers on their first ever state high school championship in girls soccer. Good night.